Greetings, everyone. Hi again. So glad you're here today with us. I'm going to be mostly talking about the kitchen decor today. I had a lot of fun. Norm sure loves orange. So do I. Yeah, he gets a big kick out of the Halloween stuff that we've found over many years. We had a wonderful mug collection, and it appeared in a video that we did of Norm's Halloween Department 56 display that he had set up in our basement corner. Anyways, I sold a lot of those, and then I got kind of to the point, same with Norm, where we were missing them. They make you smile. I hope you are all doing well today and having fun. I would like to go through this quickly. You know me, I'm not very good at that. That is a new thrifted frosted votive down there. It will be lit up tonight along with all of these mugs. And this is a very cute find. I don't know if that was at Legacy Thrift. Oh, I was so thrilled to find that little painted. No, that I think was at a Goodwill. Yeah, it might have been one out of town, but oh, I was so happy to find that cutie. Yeah, all hand painted. And there's one of our fun buckets that I keep a lot of little teeny things in, and two more up above that are bigger. This is the smaller one down here. So I have cookie cutters, Halloween cookie cutters, and Halloween cake pokes, and hors d'oeuvre picks, and magnets. One bucket is full of magnets for the refrigerator that I didn't use this year. And we've had those metal buckets for, it seems like decades. I just brought upstairs from my Pyrex storage these two, and I have put them together before and probably had them on top of the refrigerator. The bottom one is Pyrex, but the top one is that JAJ. Yeah, I don't know where and when I found that, but it's been a long time. And this mug is new this year. I was very happy to find that. Typically the Goodwill for $1.99. Love it. So I have a spider votive I brought out to put between the same two styles of Pyrex pieces, a refrigerator dish and a casserole that's over there too. On this shelf, I've often included this adorable canister that's metal with a plastic lid on it. Could be like from the 70s. I just love it, and I wish I had found more, but it's kind of fun having odd ones. I have two of these that I found at a Family Pathways. Really inexpensive. Maybe they were $1.49 or something, quite a few years back actually. And there's two thermos ones. And do they have a different face on the back? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have a different face on the back. There might be an ice bucket that goes with that. I don't think I've seen one, but I have enjoyed the thermos ones too. A couple little cat and pumpkin votives. All of these things will be lit up. And here's a very kooky set that I got for only $5. It's very much like treasure craft, but it isn't. It's a California pottery owl. And I did glue the yellow eye on them because I think it looked terrible. Whatever was there, I forget. I wanted them to look very nice. And I thrifted this little owl mug, probably from one of our Goodwill stores. I liked it. It was pretty simple, and for the price of their mugs, it was worth it to me. Another same cute votive, and they came with large cork lids, which of course I take off when I'm going to put a tea light in them. There's the other mug. This set I've had for a very long time. It is a plastic set, and that's all I had found, but it's still very fun to have. I would assume there might have been a much bigger one, not a smaller one, because that is pretty tiny down there. Pretty tiny. And the lids did have some nicks in them, so I picked out a golden yellow. It was a little paler, if you can tell. Yeah, you can probably tell the difference. It was the yellow of the flowers, but Norm just spray painted them for me, and I love how they turned out. The lids actually had a lot of gray showing, lots, where it was sprayed very thin, if that makes any sense. So they're a little more solid now with no nicks in them. I wanted it to look a little more Halloween. That's why I chose more of a golden yellow instead of a bright, paler yellow. This one is different. It's the same mold, but I had found that one other year. So that's the other bucket. I have shared them many times on top of the refrigerator, typically, with one of the tin mugs. That I've shown you every year. It is one of my funniest finds. Somebody, a hobbyist, did that in, rather than making an onion out of it, which I assume it's meant to be, they decided to make a goofy Halloween character. And I just absolutely love it. I did see it one time only, made more to look like an onion. Now that will be twinkling. It's fun find because it's splatter glaze, and it's got the face on both sides, which over here is the same hobbyist mold, but they did it in just plain pumpkin color. This is a Nestle's cat I have shared in years past. I was so happy to find that at an antique mall in, is that Paynesville, Minnesota? Yeah, kind of forgetting the name of that one. But yeah, it's Paynesville, Minnesota. And there's the other fun bucket. Sorry for all the glare from our patio door. It's quite a fun one. I like the black lid. Some pretty wild bats on there. It's in very nice shape. We switched to our rust-colored trimline phone, which I always share. And I typically put this here because I love it instead of on the stove. It is a really kooky spoon rest, but I love hanging them up. I really like that. But let's go back to this middle section. I have two of these now that I've managed to find, and did I find one of those this year? Yeah, it's possible. I don't recall, but I don't see them very often. Two of these I've managed to find over the years. They're very simple. They could be Target. Yep, it's a Target one. I do like the Target mugs. For one thing, they're microwave and dishwasher safe, and they're very simple looking characters. And I assume, you know, they got to make things more streamlined to control costs on everything nowadays. So you just don't get too many elaborate things like what you see from Japan-made ceramics. This I've shared with you before, and I can't resist bringing it out. as a very fun set for Halloween. Probably because of the black on it. 3 little casserole dishes. I had fun stacking them up and putting one of our other little lucite owl napkin holders on it. I love putting candy in these apothecary jars, so I tend to do it a lot. I love that combination in little gumdrops. Another repeat over here. Now, way up here, this is the start of 2 shelves of my newest mug collection. They are so exciting to find. This, I don't recall when, but it sure is a neat older one. A lot more to it. I don't know that it's gonna, nope, see there's just nothing on the bottom of it. Yeah, I don't know where I found it, but this is another sweet one I showed you in the living room that is a Target mug, little jack-o'-lantern at its feet. So sweet. And this, I really was happy to find that. And the next ghost down further. This is the only skull I have, and it's just like satin. It is so smooth and not shiny. But that is also a Target one. Hide and Eek brand. Yeah. Now this, I didn't know what to think of it. Norm didn't seem like he thought it was all that great. And same with this one. He thought they were kind of weird, but they're both iridescent. So they have some purple going on. Yep, those are 2 very recent finds. I don't recall. Oh, so this is just called Trick or Treat. Yeah, I wonder where that came from. I often wonder, well, what shop sold that? Isn't this the weirdest cat you've ever seen? I'm sorry for the glare again. Doesn't help much to put the light on it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool because it was a black cat. This is so cute too. I thought it was adorable. It's heavy and there's nothing marked on it. Very, very heavy. Yep, Goodwill, $1.99. Probably same with this one. That's totally different. Yeah, never heard of that. It's making a little noise because the plastic tea light is in there. And this is my latest find. That was so cute. I think this is Target, isn't it? No, it doesn't say anything. Oh, I thought it was very much like Target. Now, I put the fancier ones up here. These are bigger, and I found one of these years ago. It is by Susan Wingett, and I believe she did fancy calendars with beautiful, probably more country-like paintings. Her calendars are very special. And I ended up finding another one just recently. So that one is on the other end. Now this is one of them that shows up in our old collection. It is a big mug. I think this was my most fun one recently. It is adorable. I don't recall where I found that now. Yeah, I don't know. Now this is also a very sweet, good size jack-o'-lantern. I shouldn't be looking under all of them, but this one is satin and very heavy. Really unique. Yeah, these heavy mugs, wow. Yep, doesn't say who made that. Now you recognize these 3 as Johanna Parker. I've had the cat on that side and the jack-o'-lantern guy on this side for many years. But I just found this in an antique shop, and they only wanted $15 for it. $15.99 maybe. Yeah, it was in St. Paul. A St. Paul Antique Mall, and I thought that was pretty reasonable considering what they sell for, and I didn't even realize it until we were checking out that it's meant to be a spider. Yeah, he's got he's got more legs showing on the back that are flat up against the mug, of course. But I thought it was perfect because it had a handle on each side, and I knew that my other two mugs had opposite handles. So that really makes a fun center display of our mugs. And this is a Department 56 Googly Eye one. Now that's another one that shows up with many other of the Department 56 Googly Eye mugs. Early 2000s, I was thrilled to find that. But this was at our local Goodwill, and it's in a thrifting video. This is Harry Potter one. It was only $1.99, I think. But you'll see it in a video if you haven't yet already. I don't think you have. And there's the other Susan Wingett. Over here in this corner by our patio door, I put a new thrifted, big, huge metal ice bucket that I found last year at Unique Thrift in New Hope, Minnesota. I don't get over there very often. I do always find some pretty cool things. I think this was $7.99, and I was trying not to spend very much, and I had already probably picked out some things. Norm kind of was not excited about it. He thought it wasn't a necessary thing, but when I showed him what they were selling for online, it is, I wonder if that's Hallmark, because I think these, I had identified them as being Hallmark mugs. I have two of them. I took this off of the wall over here that I will be showing you. So I will put him back, but I did want you to see that that is the same thing. So I believe that is a Hallmark ice bucket, and it's going to hold its value. I fill it with small Halloween items, so I'm happy I got it. I decided to quick look it up, see what some of the sales are going for, or what they're asking, I should say. And I saw quite a few of them. They said it was a 90s Hallmark ice bucket, and the prices were in quite a range from $35 to $58, one was even. So yeah, it was worth getting, I would say. I also wanted to show you this brand new owl from Nostalgia when we were there not too long ago. It is a hobbyist piece and was marked on the bottom by the person that made it, 1974. So I thought it was done really, really nice. I only have one large white owl that is actually a little smaller than this guy. I thought he'd be about the same size, but the actual owl itself, my other one, is without the stump and a little bit smaller. But this guy just was so cool and so reasonable at Nostalgia Vintage in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Yeah, what a great find. Up here, this may seem like a crazy collection, but I had talked Norm into putting them into his window. Maybe it was 2 years ago, or else it was last year that he had a lot of candles in there. Anyways, I've really admired them, and they do hold their value. These two are probably, well, I got a couple more above too that probably are considered quite nice, and then a couple of them that aren't all that fancy. But if I could find them at the thrift stores really inexpensive, I would pick them up, because I ended up with the whole collection lined up upstairs on the bookcase top. So that might have been in last year's video too. I just don't recall. But I really like those two. That one there is pretty popular, the goofy guy. Here's two more, a bigger plain one and a fancy smaller one. I think they're pretty neat, so I didn't really come up with anything to put over here. It would have had to been owls, probably. The goofy one is really funny too. He might have been like one of my newest finds. And that one, also kind of plain, but it does have a neat green top on it and a brown stem. I can't reach that high very well at all. Should have had Norm do that. I hope you think that this was still a fun collection of pumpkin candles. We want to thank you again so very much for all of your really, really nice comments on our Halloween videos this year. We have had a lot of fun, and we hope you have had fun too so far, and that your Halloween is warmer and not cold and windy and rainy. We've had some like that and ended up with a ton of candy left. Yeah, that's frustrating. I don't know what to expect this year. I've kept records, and we typically are around 100 or more trick-or-treaters, weather permitting. What I did was bring up some of my fun splatter glaze finds from over the years, but this huge platter is probably the newest on the countertop here. Isn't this just crazy though? Crazy fun. Yes, I would put veggies in those 4 sections, and I would put a yummy dip in the middle. I just got to thinking that I have a bin full of these splatter glaze leaf dishes that I'm pretty sure are typically hobbyist. I'll go around over here because I need to get closer to this one. It's quite small and deep, but it would be perfectly fine on your table with something in it, some little treat, if you'd like to have that on the table. And you could put pickles in there. That's plenty deep. Yeah, you could get quite a few, or olives, whatever you like, but I think that would make a very fun dish. I just thrifted this brand new unopened stack of adorable jack-o'-lantern little snack plates and a brand new package of the napkins too. So like I've mentioned, you're going to be seeing some things that I found afterwards, after Halloween. A lot of these things you have seen. This is the cutest little 80s little apothecary that I thought would be cute. I wanted to show you what this adorable, classy relish server, or for candies. Yeah, it's whatever you want to use it for, I imagine. I haven't looked it up, but it is gold and not silver leaves, and it's just in beautiful condition. I love the little balls on each side there that join the handle on there. I was so surprised to see this at the new location of Nostalgia. Of course, the glass cups are removable. I will put the treats in them for the main video here, but I just wanted you to see them without anything. I love these roasted and salted pumpkin seeds. You know what? I'd never bought them before. Just think, at my ripe old age, I've never bought pumpkin seeds. It never sounded appealing. They're different. Yes, I'll admit they're different. It's not like eating nuts. It's more like eating large sunflower seeds. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But I'm liking them. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I don't overdo it, but I'm kind of liking them. This I just found somewhere and I can't remember, but it was I think it was my only purchase. It's a teeny tiny little squirrel, Japan squirrel, toothpick holder. I should pick them up so maybe you can see the tail, and there's a Japan. Yep, that is a squirrel, but look how tiny he is. It was so cute. So yeah, I don't know where we were, I forget, but that was, I think, the only thing I found. Yeah, that was really neat. And I've already forgotten too about these. This is the cutest, creepiest salt and pepper set, and they're just loose. They are new, but I thought they were adorable. I may have found those at a thrift store too. I will show you later. Those are some fun little pretzels, pretzel bites, is that what they call those? But I will show you that dish too in a separate clip. I've had it for quite a few years now, and it's pretty wild. I don't recall where I found that, but it's pretty splatter glaze or drip glaze inside of that. But that makes another very fun little tray to put anything imaginable in. Yeah, you could put crackers in there or whatever. And I have shared before that Norm purchased this for me up in Rogers, Minnesota, not far at all from us, 5 miles. And it is definitely fiesta ware. Yeah, I guess it's kind of rare. These are very fun. I think people have called those blow mold cups. And I think maybe are they from the 90s, and I'm not gonna see anything on them. Yeah, but they are made in China, and they're pretty popular. And I've only found one at a time. So it's taken me several years. I think they're pretty cute, and they're very easy to stack. And I just tried out some new tea bags. Yeah, this stuff, the Republic of Tea, well, it's no caffeine, but I struggle to find anything that I really, really, really like. This is okay. It's got very nice blend, what does it say, apples, cinnamon, clove, and natural flavors. Yeah, it's pretty nice, I'd say. But yeah, those little cans are expensive, so I'm so hesitant to keep trying some. Now this you saw in a couple or more videos. This crazy big mug, and it was probably done by Hershey's. And so that obviously the lid comes off, and I didn't check the bottom again, who made it, but it kept showing up in the thrift store and I kept ignoring it. And then finally I just decided, you know, It is cute with the kisses for eyes and a nice lid on it to keep your coffee or tea warm. Yeah, I admitted in one of the last videos, thrifting videos that I put out, that I did end up buying it. And you've seen these last year. I do find them at the Goodwill. It's kind of fun finding different years, I suppose, where Reese's put out a mug. And Norm loves, and my sister loves, Reese's peanut butter cups. I think they're too sweet. I just like dark chocolate. So I did play around with some straws in there too. This is new. I found it for a really good deal. I already forgot where that was, but I've eyed this tin because it's so colorful in many a shop, I'm sure. But it seemed like maybe it was either more than I cared to spend or just in poor condition. This was very reasonable and in very decent condition. So I thought, you know, that is pretty fun for this time of year. I think it'd be fun for spring too. And Norm has always been a rye crisp fan. His whole family, Swedes, because they loved herring. I don't know about Norm. I liked it. Yeah, on a cracker, yeah. I had this adorable single little canister that is so sweet. I wouldn't have minded having the whole set to see what that looked like. I should look that up sometime and see what it pulls up. Yeah, I just had found the one, and I'm not going to take the pumpkin off, but it has a white knob on the top of it. A very nice one. I just found this plastic serving pumpkin tray, and it's got the Family Pathways sticker still stuck to the original one. I got it because I knew I had two others at Legacy Thrift, and I'm pretty sure that's probably where I found it. I think they're so cute for serving chips, very lightweight for a party. But when I got it home, I noticed that my other two were like this. Do you see the difference in the edge? This has got a thicker edge, and this is very ruffled. Yeah. And there's no mark. 99 cents. That was from the thrift store. Yeah, I think it's very fun to serve chips in something like this. You gotta have chips at a party, right? So it only fits on top of these, but I thought it was neat for 79 cents or whatever they charge for those at the thrift stores. It's older. Yeah. So I hope you think this looks appetizing so far. You need your veggies. I will give you a little more distance look here. And we put this old tablecloth on. I just thought I'd put a fun tablecloth on for you to see while I'm showing the things on the kitchen counter. Kind of hard to hide the table. So Norm surprised me with this a couple Halloweens ago. He found it 5 miles up the highway from us again at Rogers, Minnesota. It's called Antique Mall of Rogers. It's a very, very long tablecloth. I just wanted to share the fun tablecloth and bring out one of those funny jack-o'-lantern planters from the living room. I didn't fuss a lot out here at the kitchen stove, but you know how much I love my pot holders. I have looked and looked and looked to see if I could find a new one this year, even looking on the internet. And yes, there have been some, but not as nice as these. I was very fortunate to find these thicker ones that were quilted nicely, applique, ultra suede, adorable applique with a little meaner face, but so sweet. Big ultra suede one, really big, beautifully done. And another corduroy one with embroidery. Is that what you would call that? And this one with big eyes and more embroidery. You call that applique? Yeah, more so. Yes, and this is a brushed cotton one too. Oh, these are all just so nice, and they were so inexpensive at the thrift stores. Mostly places like Legacy Thrift. This is another corduroy one. Really cute. So I did hang up a couple of owls that are for either keys or your pot holders. I couldn't fit any pot holders under him. Of course, that's lucite. 60s, and this is, I don't know, it could be 60s, 70s, a Miller Studio one. I didn't look on the bottom to see the mark on it, but I've done that before, so I know this is a repeat for a lot of you. Thank you again for watching. So let's check out a little bit of this. In past years on this side of the refrigerator or the front, I've had lots of collectibles in plastic and very fun pins, Halloween brooches that are jack-o'-lanterns or things like that. And I would glue magnets on a lot of those little things. And you've seen them, you know, several times, so I didn't really fuss over here. I just put my grocery list back up there again, and we had shared that we found this probably at an antique store. That is an old one for Halloween Capital of the World in Oka. It has Kids Parade last Friday, and on Saturday they had the adult parade. And here's their brand new one. Norm decided to get from one of the antique shops. They all sell them. So that's the brand new one. So we don't have a big collection of them, but a lot of people collect them, and I imagine that the sales profits go to help something in the city. But this is new. I probably found it at a thrift store. Very cute one. I had not seen that one before. And I had this one that I shared many times. They look better up against the white refrigerator than they do putting them in a window. I've never thought they looked that great in a window. Yeah, I got Christmas ones too because I think they're so cute. And I found this somewhere. I thought it was really, really a sweet item, so I glued a magnet on the back of him and bent his arms a little bit to give you a hug. Yep. And this is a big thrifted placemat. I got a second one on the middle of the countertop over there and a bigger one to my left. That's just a single salt that I found that I always thought was so cute. I should put them up on here. I thought this was adorable. There's so many of these little tiny scales that people must have weighed out some food on. I don't know how old this is. There might be a date somewhere on it, but I just thought because it was in black and white with the little orange needle that it would look cute out here. And one of my lucite napkin holders I found for a steal. I found a new recipe box. I couldn't believe that I actually was able to get one of those. I've seen them in antique malls. There's no way I'm going to pay $25 or more for the Mary Mushroom one. Yes, it's adorable, and I would have loved to have added it to our collection, but I just didn't want to. And sure enough, see, if I wait long enough, I finally found one, and it was a ridiculous price. I mean, nuts. I wish I could remember to tell you what it was, but I just don't. And it's in really good condition, I think. I think it's in very good condition. Oh, and what's so funny too, I should show you. It has the original 50-cent sticker on the bottom. I think it would be, I'm not positive, you never know, that could be a thrift store sticker, but it looks pretty old to me. I bet that's what the original price was. Yeah, it's in very nice condition. And I thrifted that little votive recently, and you'll see that in a video. At Family Pathways, I had a blast. So that video might be coming out next, where you'll see a lot more Halloween things that I found. I shared this big oven mitt with you before. It's got a lot of blue on it. Under his hatband, the scarecrow. It's got blue on it, but a little bit on the cheeks, no big deal. But that's what it looks like when you open the mouth. That's pretty weird. I don't know why it's a tongue there. I assume that's what it is. Yeah, pretty fun, but I did thrift that. So I have my brother's little Miro timer. I have shared that before. A cute little casserole for maybe putting some veggies in or something like that. And I finally found the other half of this set. I was going to show it when I did all the mushroom salt and peppers in the fall video out here, and I could not find the second one. I had it wrapped up inside of a mug. Yeah, I am very, very organized, but sometimes I can't find something. Oh, but I love it. I did thrift that from our Goodwill, and I was so shocked. I thought it was really a cool set. But that was in a video a long time ago. Now here's one of my thrifted towels. I have a lot of Halloween thrifted towels that are nice velour. I just love them. Yep, I use all that, and this is kind of fun. I just want you to see the sweet bright orange and bright yellow adorable little pot holders. And this is a new clock that is very, very quiet. I just love it. I think it's so cute. Amazon. Yeah, it's really neat. So this is older. Really, really cute. Tiny little mug. I love them like that when they have a viney handle and a leaf on them. They're my favorite to find. You don't see those very often, and they're typically chipped. And I shared this a long time ago that they were from the treasure shed in Hutchinson, Minnesota, that we love going to. And that was my thumbnail, those two ghosts at the store. That's how I made my thumbnail. And I just found this adorable Frankenstein's monster votive. Yeah, his eyes are open, his nose is open, and his mouth. All those cuts, they're all open. I have a black tea light in there. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I was happy to find that. And this nice little creamer. So it's kind of fun just to put a tea light in some of these things, and I'm going to have tea lights that Norm's going to help light up for me on the shelving. These hands were irresistible to buy at the thrift store. I may have gotten a set at 2 different times, and yes, they're new. I have shared in the past this beautiful, extremely heavy melt glass pitcher, a diamond point design, I would assume. I'm sure I bought that at an antique mall, but it was pretty reasonable. I don't think people like stuff like that very much because they weigh a ton, and then you put water or a beverage of some sort in there and you can't lift it. So I do have a few of the fun things with plastic tops on them that I found over the years, and you saw in my last video that this adorable little hand mixer was at the Goodwill. What was that? Only $4.99? I thought that was a real deal. It is vintage. I loved it. I knew I would be using it again for Halloween. Cute little bear that I put some sugar crystals in. And that one back here, this nut grinder, was from the Pink Elephant in downtown Hopkins, Minnesota. I probably thrifted this big tray years ago. I believe I had it even before I was making any videos, which has been 5 years now. And thank you so much for your support. Found this vintage now I can't even think what you call it. Jeez, what? Isn't that weird? That escapes me. Oh, brother. I put together I've got so many sets of these. I should have had another green one in there. Yeah, I was just digging real quick trying to put that together just for the fun of it. And I wanted you to see that I actually found this at a thrift store. And luckily I haven't broke anything yet. These are vintage Hong Kong hors d'oeuvres, sandwiches, cocktails. I always thought they were cupcake pokes, didn't you? So they give you 2 cats, 2 jack-o'-lanterns, 2 witches. Witches are really weird looking. And 2 skulls. Yeah, I've got a lot of these. I've got a Halloween tin full of all different kinds of pokes like this. And I shared them in another older video, so you may have already seen that. I laid them out on the counter here so you could see the collections better. But I just wanted to take out that one again. Oh, and these are so fun, aren't they? I bought 2 sets because they were just so cute. I just think they're adorable. Oh, I love Christmas ones and Easter ones, all of those. I thrifted this funny duck, and I have shared it before. It's probably a hobbyist item. I don't know. That's a neat tack. The eye metal tack. So you clip your recipe card in his beak there, in case you were wondering. Yep. And I found this at the Goodwill. It was my thumbnail, I believe. Yeah, that might be in early 90s. Adorable tray. So you've seen this several times now. I've had it on top of the refrigerator. This adorable set was also a splurge, a little bit of a splurge at the Treasure Shed, again in Hutchinson, Minnesota. And just last week, I dug through my glass eyes and decided I wanted to take the rhinestones off that I had put there and put on these really unique eyes. I love it. Underneath there, what they had painted the eyes was just too odd to me. They were a turquoisey blue, just very loud, and they were shaped like a flower. So I just didn't care for that. I didn't think it went with that. So, boy, he looks alive now, doesn't he? Yep, I love him now. Oh, and this is my huge placemat. All that embroidery, it's just huge. So fun. I like that a lot. Here's that other nylon kids candy bucket that's collapsible and very fun, and I've always had it here with leaves in it, and I just didn't get around today to going up to the bin in my bedroom, some fall bins, and digging out the leaves, so forgive me for that, but he is fun. I decided to put him on a flashing mode for these little tiny lights. While I do this, here's all the wonderful votives I found in the past several years, but I found a lot last year, especially at Shalom thrift store in Cambridge, Minnesota, when they opened up for all their Halloween fun sale. It's very crowded, and Christmas is even worse, they say. But I've got one on each end with a large jack-o'-lantern that looks similar, but they're not. Every one of these votives I've found has been different, and I get so excited. Well, you saw this one was at a Goodwill at our house, and it was over in the dishes. I don't know if they thought it was a shot glass or what, but it certainly isn't. It's a tad taller. Maybe that's what made them think that. That is weird. Yeah, I highly doubt that it's a shot glass. It's very Halloweenish. It's got orange land and the bare trees, big yellow moon. But yeah, this one's so cute. I am thrilled to find so many. Now these are newer when they have a really thick bottom on it. I've explained that those are newer ones. Possibly 80s, whereas, see, like this is a newer one. You can see how thick the bottom is there. I don't like that, but I'm still thrilled to have them. This one is older with the jack-o'-lanterns all around it because it is not a thick bottom on it. The tea light goes way down to the bottom. And this was thrilling to find at the September Pink Squirrel sale. I have never found a mushroom votive. I was really surprised. It is pretty cute. This I've had for a while. That looks like a little scratch on his cheek there, so I should have this one this side out instead. It's pretty solid paint. That's that's a newer one, very thick glass again, but this is not. This is an older one. Just love it. So what do I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's pretty cool. I hope you like those. I do. Well, I thought you would enjoy seeing all these mugs with tea lights in them. It's very fun atmosphere, and we'll probably do that for a little bit on Halloween night when we're giving out the candy, because we do try to keep the kitchen and dining room lights out in the house. I'd rather be a little more spooky in the house and keep it dark. So this would be fun lighting out here. It's very dim. So I hope you have really gotten a kick out of all this orange. I know we sure do. I don't know. I would love to try to hurry and get some Thanksgiving things here, but you know I've got all this packing to do first. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm already excited about Christmas stuff, though. I bet you are too. Norm and I are very, very grateful that God has blessed us abundantly. Thank you again so much for being so fun for us and putting up with our craziness. You have a happy Halloween and stay well. God bless you.